Welcome to Navigating Economic Stability. We will unravel the intricacy of monetary policy and its roles in shaping economic landscapes. Monetary policy, a compass for economic stability, involves the action central bank takes to manage the money supply and interest rates. It serves as a guiding force for the economic property. Monetary policy matters because it influences inflation, employment, and overall economic growth. It's the conductor orchestrating the economic symphony. Dive into the toolbox of central bank exploring interest rate, open market operation, and reserve requirement and instrument wills to fine-tune the economy. Let's journey into the real world with case studies, from the Federal Reserve to the Europe's Central Bank. Witness the impact of monetary policy on diverse economies. Explore the dynamic dance between fiscal and monetary policy. How do these two forces collaborate to maintain stability in turbulent economic waters? As we peer into the future, expect shared insight on the adapting monetary policy to evolving economic landscape. How can nations prepare for the challenge that lie ahead?
Key components of monetary policies. Monetary policies is a local business website that aims to keep the community informed about the latest monetary policies. We provide accurate and up-to-date information about economic trends and how they affect our local business and community. Our mission is to help individuals and businesses make informed decisions by providing them with the necessary knowledge and understanding of monetary policies. There are three main components of monetary policies, which are open market operations, interest rate, and reserve requirement. For open market operation, the objective of open market operations is to adjust the level of reserve balance to manipulate the short-term interest rates and that affect other interest rates. Meanwhile, for interest rates, the central bank may change the interest rates, the required collateral that it demands. For example, in the United States, this rate is known as the discount rate. Banks will loan more or less freely depending on this interest rate. Lastly, reserve requirement. For reserve requirement, lowering this reserve requirement release more capital for the banks to offer loans or buy other assets. Increasing the requirement curtail bank lending and slow growth.
Financial policy is implemented by central bank, namely Bank Negara Malaysia. The financial policy that is used differs depending on the economic problem that is to be overcome. Financial policy can be divided into two: expansionary monetary policy and contractionary monetary policy. Expansionary monetary policy aiming for speed up economic growth and supply of money in economy. This action will overcome the problem of economic recession or unemployment. Central bank will use monetary policy tools to overcome this problem by lower the stationary reserve ratio, lower the cash reserve ratio by a government bond, relax the term of higher purchase, and lower interest rate. By doing this, the problem of economic recession and unemployment can be restored. As for contractionary monetary policy, this policy helps slow down economic growth and reduce the money supply in the economy. This action will overcome the problem of inflation in the economy. Central bank will use monetary policy tools to overcome this problem by increase the stationary reserve ratio, the cash reserve ratio, sell a government bond, tighten the terms of hire purchase, and increase interest rate. By doing this, the problem of inflation in economy can be restored.
These are examples of monetary policies in reality. The Central Bank of Malaysia, which is Bank Negara Malaysia, BNM, conducts monetary policy to promote economic growth and price stability in Malaysia. Suppose Malaysia is experiencing high inflation and the government and central bank are concerned about the rising cost of goods and services. The Central Bank of Malaysia, BNM, aims to maintain price stability and control inflation within a target range. BNM decides to tighten monetary policy to cut inflation. This is a key tool that BNM uses for monetary policy, which is overnight policy rate, OPR. This is Malaysia's key interest rate. BNM adjusts the OPR to influence other interest rates in the economy. Lowering the OPR makes borrowing cheaper and encourage spending and investment. Raising it makes borrowing more expensive and discourage spending. The economic context in Malaysia. Suppose Malaysia is experiencing high inflation and the government and central bank are concerned about the rising cost of goods and services. Objective, the Central Bank of Malaysia, Bank Negara Malaysia, aims to maintain price stability and control inflation within a target range. And monetary policy action, BNM decides to tighten monetary policy to cut inflation. So, after using the key tools that will affect 6 types, which is effect in interest rate adjustment, second one, impact on borrowing costs, the third one, money supply, currency value, inflation control, and monitoring and adjusting.
Monetary policy has a significant global impact which is influenced by globalization, trade, and financial integration. Monetary policy has a particularly strong impact on emerging economic financial markets, resulting in a significant effect on their economic activity. Do you all understand how monetary policy is controlled and implemented globally? Let us take a look together. First, interest rate management. Control. Central bank use interest rate to regulate inflation, employment, and economic growth. Practice, interest rate change have an impact on global capital flows, currency values, and international trade. Second, exchange rate control policies. Some countries actively manage the exchange rate to improve trade competitiveness. Exchange rate intervention can cause currency wars, impacting global trade balance and relationship. Next, to maintain price stability, central banks set inflation targets. Practice, global inflation dynamics influence commodity price and trade conditions, affecting economies all over the world. Finally, global financial stability. Control. Central banks use regulation and oversight to maintain financial stability. Global financial stability is interconnected and central banks collaborate to address systematic risks and crises.